Hi, my name is Fred Trotter, and I'm a healthcare data journalist with CareSet Systems, and I am really excited to talk about some data that we are going to be releasing at Healthcare Datapalooza in a few days. I'm here with Dr. Ben Coleman and his student Caleb Mismer. And Dr. Coleman, can you explain what this data is and why it's important?
Absolutely. Thank you, Fred. So this data is all about the regulatory process. So when a federal agency wants to make a change, it starts as generally an act of Congress, but it goes to the agency and then they propose the change. That change goes out for public comment. It's comment generally or a 60 to 90 day period that they collect comments, and then they can either decide to enact the proposed rule, to change the proposed rule, or to just table it and go off in a different direction. So the main site to do this is regulations.gov, and they have the ability for the public to submit their comments via that site. They also have an API to download the data, but what we found is that it's very slow to obtain the data that way. So we created a tool that can download it, and we have now successfully downloaded 2.2 terabytes of data, which is about 25 million pieces of information across the comments, the proposed rule, all of that. So we have that data. And this forms a really valuable a data set for transparency in the government, for us to understand what public sentiment is about these proposed rules. As a data journalist, you obviously, think very deeply about this, but it is valuable in so many contexts. And what we've done is we have now, working in partnership with AWS and their Open Data Initiative, we now have all of that data hosted on AWS, freely available to the public.
Which means you can download these terabytes of data just like it was a Netflix film and have it all on your computer
And
just like that.
absolutely, you can do all sorts of things. So one of the things that we are excited about for Datapalooza is that the three of us are hosting a session, and it is going to be on Tuesday morning. And we are going to be talking about the data in more detail. And then we're going to be highlighting three different things that we have done with the data. So for instance, the work that I have done is looking at sentiment analysis. So taking all of the public comments for a docket, running it through some AWS technologies to get sentiment analysis. Is this comment is it positive? Is it negative? Is it neutral? You can go into breaking the comment down in our sentences, positive, negative, and neutral. So there's a lot that you can do with it. So just kind of showing some of what you can do because this data is now centrally and freely available to the public.
So, Dr. Coleman, you are not the only person at your university who has been working on this. Caleb, what did you do with the data?
Yeah, so I had plenty of ideas with Dr. Coleman on what we could try and figure out, all of which needed the ability to, or at some point, extract the names from the data. So what I've been working on for the past almost year has been coming up with a Python script, and along with many other technologies, to extract all of the names from the data. And it's currently running on every organization on regulations.gov. So we take out all the names.
So, Dr. Coleman's doing sentiment analysis. Caleb is doing entity disambiguation that will allow you to see who's commenting across different comments. I wanted to be able to ask about a particular corpus, which is to say like a subset of the comments about a particular topic. And I was really interested in the comments on marijuana. I wanted to understand what were the patterns that were in the data. And so what I did is I just fed those comments and asked specific questions about every comment to some of the various AI APIs. I used ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT again and again and again questions like, was this comment from a clinician? Was this person for or against? And so use the ability of essentially modern AI to read and comprehend a little bit to turn that into a data set that's a little bit more narrow. And of course, the common thing between Caleb's work and Dr. Coleman's work and ours is that they are all AI and machine learning. So if you want to join us for our session, we would really invite you, and we will try to keep the discussion about what we did really short so that we can talk about your use cases and we can discuss how you might be able to use some of the techniques that we used or ones that are very similar to the ones that we used to solve your own problems to understand more about these regulatory comment data. Dr. Coleman, Caleb, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. I think we wanted to wrap this one up a little bit more quickly, but look for some other videos about specifically what Caleb did with his work and what Dr. Coleman did with his work. I think I'll try to make a short video. It's not being short's not my strong suit, but I'll do my best to have a short video. Any comments, Caleb? Do you want to talk about anything else you enjoyed about the project?
I think I spoke about everything in my video, but I just everybody know I enjoyed working on it, and you all will have the ability to enjoy working with this data as well.
Cool. Dr. Coleman, you want to finish this out?
Good. So we're all excited to make the data available to the public. Anybody who wants to come learn more about it, we will be presenting Tuesday, September 17th, 2024 at Health Datapalooza. Our session is 7:45 a.m. till 8:30. Harnessing AI, interactive demo on public comments for marijuana and psychedelic rules.
Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope to see everybody who's watching this video at Datapalooza.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.